All right, so we are actually going to have a couple students come up and just share with you some of the things that they learned, some of the things that God spoke to them over the weekend at our youth conference. So first, if I can have Isaiah Smith come. Okay, I thought he left.
Hi. Okay, so yeah, like Mary said, we had our youth conference this weekend, and it was a very powerful experience. I have 3 points that I'm going to go over quickly because I have limited time. So the first one is being around a bunch of kids my age who were on fire for God is something that I, and I'm sure a lot of other people there, don't experience that often. So that was a great opportunity to have. The next one is I learned a lot about God and His Word and how to deal with everyday problems according to His will and not the world's way, such as dealing with stress, which I'm very anxious right now, so that was very helpful. And finding Bay God's way. So yeah, that was cool. And then the last one, I don't like to get too personal, but I'm not much of a crier, but this weekend, especially on the first day, when Kavar was talking about how God wants to speak to us, but we have to leave our sin and willfully come to Him, it was so powerful and impactful that I couldn't keep the tears in anymore. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. If Maggie Gambino could come up here. Yes, give her a round of applause.
I'm going to make this quick because I have no clue what I'm doing, and I have no plan. Like Isaiah said, I cried a lot, like sobbing, tears. Very sad. Well, no, very happy. I don't know. I liked it. I learned a lot. I liked being around a lot of other kids who believed in God. It made me feel like welcomed, because I don't really tell a lot of people at school because I don't want to be, put down for it. So it made me feel happy that I was there. I really liked it.
Nehemiah Martin.
Good morning, everybody. I don't got a lot of points, unlike Smith. Only got one. But one thing I learned this weekend is that we just generally give the world too much power and tell us what's good and bad. We should just look from the source, which is God.
Good point, Nehemiah. Jade.
I also had 3 points. So my first one was that nothing can satisfy you if God can't. And that just means to me that God's the only thing that needs to satisfy me and nothing else in the world can. And another thing was, if I'm not ready to pray about it, I'm not ready for it, which means if I'm not willing to take it to God, then it's not for me, or it's not for me at the time. And then my last thing was, don't worry about anything, but pray about everything, because on the inside, I do feel like I worry a lot, and worrying does nothing, but praying does everything.
All right, and last one, Carmen.
Okay, so I really enjoyed the youth conference. I think that is very impactful, being around a lot of kids your age, just hungry for God. One of the things that I thought was really impactful was the worship. I thought that was just super impactful to me, because I really felt like the Lord speak to me and just tell me things that I just really needed to hear. And I loved on the last night, he was talking about the Lord's table and the King's table, and that if we're eating at the King's table, we're going to be so stuffed, we're not going to want to go to the Lord's table. And I thought that was just so good. So.